Good evening and welcome to Justeventonline News at 9. I am Anifat Ismail. The news headlines. Federal government seeks collaboration with Gambia on maritime security. EFCC says international fraud syndicates establishing cells in Nigeria. Emir of Ilorin charges traditional rulers to champion fight against GBV as BBYDI engages stakeholders on its danger. Harakatul-Islamiyyah condemns ritual killing in Ilorin, warned against questionable characters in religious circle. The Leshitu Foundation donates Ramadan packages to PWDs. ECOWAS to strengthen regional energy data integration. Nigeria's oil output up 70%, recount to reach 50, says NUPRC. Now the news in details. The Minister of Marine and Blue Economy, Adegboyega Oyetola, has expressed Nigeria's desire to strengthen maritime collaboration with the Gambia to enhance regional security and economic growth. In a statement by the head of public relations at the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, Osage Edward, the minister made this declaration at the 4th Blue Economic Conference in Banjul, Gambia. Represented by Director General of the MASA, Dr. Dayo Moboriola, Oyetola emphasized Nigeria's commitment to expanding its maritime security infrastructure beyond its territorial waters. Ola Olukoyede, the chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, has said organized foreign fraud syndicates are establishing cells in Nigerian cities and recruiting youth into serious organized cybercrimes, including cryptocurrency fraud. EFCC spokesperson Dele Oyewale said this in a statement on Thursday in Abuja. He explained that Olukoyede said these were receiving participants of the Executive Intelligence Management course 18 of the National Institute of Security Studies on Wednesday. The Emir of Ilorin, Alhaji Dr. Ibrahim Zulu Gambari, has called on traditional rulers to take the lead in the fight against gender-based violence, emphasizing that they have a crucial role in shaping societal norms and values. Speaking at the stakeholders meeting held in Ilorin, Kwara State Capital, on Wednesday, the Emir, represented by Daudu Jeje of Ilorin, Alhaji Eri Abdul Wahab, condemned the rising cases of GBV, noting that such acts undermine the dignity, security, and well-being of individuals, families, and the entire community. He urges fellow traditional rulers to use their influence to challenge harmful norms, prevent violence, and support survivors. The event, themed Mobilizing Stakeholders for Action Against GBV in Kwara, was convened by the Brain Builders Youth Development Initiative and brought together key stakeholders, including government officials, religious and community leaders, security agencies, among others. It also featured the launch of the GBV Prevention and Advocacy Toolkit, which the Emir described as timely resources to guide traditional rulers and other leaders in addressing gender-based violence within their communities. Who was represented by Senior Special Assistant on Community Development, Dr. Lawal Olongbebe, reaffirmed the government's commitment to combating GBV through policy enforcement, legal action, and community-driven initiatives.
And I have to start by congratulating the Brain Builders Youth Development Initiative for organizing this statewide event on GBV prevention. I am aware that the organization has been to every part of the state where they have discussed extensively the effects and the steps to be taken, the effects of GBV and the steps to be taken to ensure we have a GB-free Kwara state. Our government, under His Excellency Madam Abdurrahman Abdulrazak, has not only put in place a committee on GBV prevention across the state, we have also ensured that this committee is well empowered and all their needs, the things they will need to function well, are being given to them to ensure we have a GB-free society. We also have some ministries, mechanisms that we have put in place to ensure that GBV is absolutely prevented in Kwara State. Amongst the mechanisms we have put in place is the Child Directorate in the Ministry of Women Affairs. Also, we have the Office of the Public Defender in the Ministry of Justice. We haven't stopped at that. We also have the Citizen Mediation Center in the Ministry of Justice, all to ensure that the victims have somebody to talk to, that the victims have somebody that can always stand in for them whenever they are faced with any difficulties. Our government is deliberate. We are intentional and strategic in ensuring that we put an end to GBV in Kwara State. And that's one of the reasons that we have also put in place a 21-man committee to ensure that they take cases of GBV in the state. They take it as seriously as the entire government has taken it.
Also, the First Lady of Kwara State, Ambassador Abdulrazak, who was represented at the event, described GBV as a present issue that demands collective action from all sectors of the society.
Let us continue to empower women and girls through education and economic initiatives, ensuring they have the tools to protect themselves and seek justice when needed. Together we can build a society where every individual feels safe, valued and empowered to reach their full potential. Finally, I want to urge everyone to work together to prevent gender-based violence, support survivors, and hold perpetrators accountable. Thank you for your unwavering dedication to this cause. God bless Kwara State and God bless Nigeria. Thank you.
BBYDI's Executive Director, Nora Jimo, highlighted the organization's ongoing efforts to combat gender-based violence, including engagement with first-class traditional rulers, GBV prevention workshops for high chiefs, and radio advocacy programs.
And well-being of individuals, especially that of women and girls. For too long, gender-based violence has persisted under different guises, like domestic abuse, sexual violence, harmful traditional practices, and even structural discrimination. Yet, let it be known that no society can truly prosper while half of its population lives in fear and suffers in silence. Over the years, we at the Builders Development Initiative have remained resolute in our commitment to combating gender-based violence, ensuring that no survivor suffers in silence and that communities takes a stand against all forms of violence. Our efforts, particularly in Kwara State, are focused on advocacy, prevention, and strategic engagement with key stakeholders, many of whom are present in this hall this morning. As part of our commitment to protecting the rights of women and girls, we have actively advocated for the domestication of violence against persons prohibition act in Kwara, Osun, and Niger State. To support discriminatory laws and practices against women in Nigeria, which provides information on the gaps in the existing laws regarding the rights of women. We also produce a fact sheet on the Violence Against Persons Prohibition Act and a policy brief highlighting the gaps and the way forward in the Violence Against Persons Prohibition Act of 2015.
An Islamic organization, Harakatul-Islamiyyah in Ilorin, has strongly condemned the gruesome killing of Afzal Lawal, allegedly carried out by Abdurrahman Bello, labeling it an Islamic and inhuman act. This was disclosed on Wednesday morning during a press conference by Emir of the group, Malam Abdurazak Abdul Wahab Al-Imam Al-Adudu. The group distanced true Islamic teachings from ritual killings and fetish practices, stressing that such evil traditions, known locally as jalabi, are foreign to Islam and should not be associated with the religion. They rejected claims referring Abdurrahman Bello as an Islamic cleric, asserting that he is not a representative of Islamic scholars. Malam Abdurazak called on the government and law enforcement agencies to ensure a thorough investigation and diligent prosecution of those involved in the crime.
For any government to what governance, he must be able to, just as I've said, forbid people from doing evil. It is in the law. If there are three arms of government and the judiciary has concluded that this person is due for death, well, that's warrant. And the executive who's supposed to sign refuse, there is a breach of trust in that. The government is supposed to know that anybody convicted for death sentence should be signed.
They equally urged to stop granting prerogative mercy to convicted ritual killers for political reasons, while stating their demands from the government. Also, traditional rulers were advised to stop awarding religious titles to people of questionable character, while urging parents to monitor their children's social media usage and educate them on ethical digital behavior.
My message to the judiciary, I know the kind of judiciary operates. They have their procedure. So many people, even among lawyers, have criticized this procedure, that justice delay is justice denied. It means delay the process, give room for many hanky-panky ways to subvert justice. But I know that because of the public outcry on this matter, the government want to be very careful. But we are not saying that only issues that have people's concern, that the public concern, that should be given this PD trial. But rather, we are saying that generally, every matter should be taken diligently, do the necessary investigation, but speed it.
In a show of kindness and compassion, the Dele Shitu Foundation has presented Ramadan relief packages to persons living with disabilities in preparation for the holy month of Ramadan. Manager of the foundation, Toyib Ibrahim, said the donation is part of the foundation's efforts to support vulnerable members of the community. The manager stated the foundation's commitment to providing them with necessary support to improve their lives, while praying for the reward to meet the late pharmacist Ayodele Muftal Shitu. The Ramadan packages, which include rice, beans, gari, others, are designed to assist PWDs during the fasting period. Ibrahim also promised that the foundation will continue to provide support to PWDs and other vulnerable groups in the community.
The foundation is an NGO from Dele Group, a pharmaceutical company named after pharmacist Ayodele Shitu, who is not late. So the gesture is meant to, it's more of a sadaqah for the late pharmacists. So whatever we do here, whatever the blessings we receive from it should meet the late pharmacists out the Mufta Oshitu. That's the reason. One of the things we understand in our foundation is all our projects, from food initiatives to education to scholarship, has always been targeted towards people that we know truly needs in the community. And the PWDs are actually one of the areas of our concern. In our foundation, we pay emphasis to sickle cell and our health projects, which is a form of PWD in its own sense. And that trickle down to all form of PWDs. And the reason why we focus on them is this: we know they have no access to most of these things. And if we can give it to them, we believe it's going to go a long way making their life easier. And that's why we do that.
Mrs. Latifat Al-Maradu, the coordinator of the PWDs, and other beneficiaries who spoke with Justeventonline TV, appreciated the Shitu Foundation for that gesture, while calling on other philanthropists in the state to always support the people with disabilities and carry them along. They emphasized the importance of kindness, generosity, and compassion towards all members of the society, including the PWDs.
We say a very big thank you to Dele Shitu Foundation because they remember us. The person with disabilities, people ignore us in the society. But for the Dele Shitu Foundation to remember us, it's a very honor. We pray to Almighty Allah to continue guide them and bless them.
I am glad for this opportunity because it's a great moment for persons with disabilities in Kwara State as a whole, because it's not easy based on our the economic situation we have in Nigeria now. Things are kind of difficult for our people. So we really appreciate this effort by the Dele Shitu Foundation to help our people at these trying times. My message for other philanthropists is that in everything they do, they should try to carry persons with disabilities along, because we need care and support. My name is Honorable Kabir Olaiwola Rafiu, Special Assistant to Ilorin Local Government Chairman.
The economic community of West African states has reaffirmed its commitment to strengthening regional energy data integration within the third annual workshop on the ECOWAS Energy Information System. The event, held in Lagos from February 25 to 28, brought together representatives from ECOWAS member states, specialized energy agencies, and the ECOWAS Directorate of Energy and Mines. The workshop aimed to enhance energy data management and integration across West Africa by reinforcing member states' capacities and improving the quality of energy data collection, storage, and analysis. The Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission has stated that the country's rig count will reach 50 by the end of 2025. It's noted that Nigeria's rig count had increased from 8 in 2021 to 40 in 2025. The Chief Executive of NUPRC, Benga Komalafe, disclosed this on Wednesday in Abuja at the ongoing 2025 Nigeria International Energy Summit. And that will be all on Justeventonline News at 9. Here's the recap of the story. Federal government seeks collaboration with Gambia on maritime security. EFCC says international fraud syndicates establishing cells in Nigeria. Emir of Ilorin charges traditional rulers to champion fight against GBV as BBYDI engages stakeholders on its danger. Harakatul-Islamiyyah condemns ritual killing in Ilorin, warned against questionable characters in religious circles. The Shitu Foundation donates Ramadan packages to PWDs. ECOWAS to strengthen regional energy data integration. Nigeria's oil output up 70%, recount to reach 50, says NUPRC. Thank you for watching Justeventonline News. Be good to people around you and make a good relationship for a better tomorrow. For more news, visit www.justeventonline.com and to read more updates. Follow us on our social media platforms with a tap at Justeventonline. You can also send us an email on justeventonline@gmail.com. I am Harakatul-Islamiyyah. Good night.